Sometimes, life breaks our dreams. Not to destroy us, but to redirect us. There. This is the story of a woman who discovered that the very thing that hurt her became the very thing that healed many. In the heart of the bustling city, where everyone is rushing, there sits a small, quiet bakery with a faded sign, Maya's Sweet Spot. Since she was just a little girl, Maya loved to bake. She learned everything she knew from her grandmother, who always told her, good baking doesn't start in the oven, it starts in the heart. Maya carried this wisdom with her into adulthood. She worked multiple jobs, tirelessly saving every penny she could. At night, instead of sleeping, she sketched designs for her dream bakery and practiced recipes until her hands ached. Finally, the day came. The grand opening of Maya's Sweet Spot was filled with excitement and the sweet aroma of fresh pastries. Customers came at first, drawn in by the novelty. But slowly, the initial rush trickled to a stop. Soon, the rent increased, and bills started piling up. One by one, her old baking equipment began to break down. To make matters worse, shiny new competitors opened just down the street, their modern signs and flashy displays drawing away her last few customers. Maya fought with everything she had, but after months of devastating losses, she stood alone inside her empty bakery. The smell of pastries was fading, replaced by the scent of defeat. Tears fell silently onto the worn wooden counter. "I worked so hard," she whispered to the empty room. "Why wasn't it enough?" With a heavy heart, she placed the bakery key on the table, said a final goodbye to her broken dream, and walked away. Needing an income to survive, Maya took a job at the Golden Years retirement home. The role felt humiliating. She went from being a proud business owner to an assistant cook, her days filled with chopping vegetables and washing dishes. But even in her despair, Maya refused to let go of her kindness. She worked quietly and respectfully, even as her co-workers whispered behind her back about her failed bakery. One afternoon, with some leftover dough, she baked small, simple sweet buns. She offered them to the residents, not expecting much. But as they took their first bites, their eyes lit up with a forgotten sparkle. An old man named Mr. Harris smiled. "This tastes just like my mother's bread." A woman named Mrs. Patel sighed happily. "This reminds me of my wedding day." And another resident, Mrs. Ellis, whispered softly, "Dear, this tastes like a memory." Thief. In that moment, Maya felt something stir inside her. Maybe her dream wasn't gone after all. Maybe it was just changing shape. Mrs. Ellis, a gentle and wise woman, soon became Maya's closest friend at the home. One afternoon, Maya found her crying quietly in her wheelchair by the window. "Mrs. Ellis, what's wrong?" Maya asked, kneeling beside her. "My children moved away," Mrs. Ellis confessed, her voice trembling. "The holidays are so quiet now." Maya held her hand, her heart aching for her friend. Then she whispered, "Let me make you something that feels like home." That evening, Maya worked tirelessly in the kitchen, pouring all her love and care into recreating Mrs. Ellis's favorite childhood lemon tart, Thief. The next day, when Mrs. Ellis took the first bite, she smiled through her tears. "You didn't just bake a dessert," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "You baked a memory." This became Maya's new mission. She wasn't just baking food. She was baking feelings. Word spread like wildfire through the retirement home. "Maya's pastries bring back the past." One resident would say, "She bakes stories." Another would exclaim, "I tasted my childhood again." They'd share with their families. Soon, families visiting their loved ones began requesting Maya's special treats. She was bringing warmth and joy to people who had felt forgotten. Her boss, however, was not impressed. "These recipes take too much time and effort," he complained. But this time, Maya wasn't alone. The residents stood up for her. "She gives us a happiness we thought we'd lost." Mrs. Patel declared. Mr. Harris added firmly, "You can't put a price on joy." Maya finally understood her true purpose, too. It wasn't just to bring flavor to tongues, but to bring comfort to hearts. A young reporter named Clara heard about the Joy Baker of the Golden Years retirement home and decided to investigate. She visited and watched Maya interact with the residents, moved by how she remembered everyone's birthday, customized flavors based on their stories, and asked about their favorite childhood memories. Clara was moved to tears. She wrote an article titled, "The Woman Who Bakes Happiness." Ooh. Within days, the story went viral. People started traveling for hours just to meet Maya. Chefs, food bloggers, and even psychologists praised her unique ability to heal through food. But despite the sudden fame, Maya was filled with doubt. "It's just baking," she'd say humbly. "Anyone can do it." Mrs. Ellis just shook her head, smiling. "No, my dear," she said, taking Maya's hand. "You don't bake cakes. You bake hope." One weekend, a renowned chef and bakery owner, Chef Roland, made an unexpected visit to their retirement home. He introduced himself humbly and asked to try Maya's pastries. He tasted the very same lemon tart she had made for Mrs. Ellis, and his eyes widened in amazement. "This isn't just cooking," he said, looking at Maya with deep respect. "This is healing. Maya, the world needs this." He made her an offer she couldn't believe. He wanted to help her reopen a bakery, fully funded and fully supported. But Maya hesitated, the memory of her failure still fresh. "What if I fail again?" she asked, her voice trembling. Chef Roland smiled kindly. "Failures are not the opposite of success, Maya. They are the foundation of it." Mrs. Ellis, sitting beside her, added, "Sweetheart, your first bakery died because it didn't know your true purpose. Now, you do." With tears in her eyes, Maya wiped them away and nodded. Together, Maya and Chef Roland opened a new bakery. They called it Hope Bakes, where every pastry has a story. It wasn't a luxurious place, but its heart was enormous. One entire wall was filled with pictures of customers and the precious memories their pastries represented. The menu was a collection of feelings. Grandpa's cinnamon roll, Mom's Sunday pancake cookie, the little sister cupcake, and the birthday surprise tart. Lines wrapped around the block. People didn't just come to buy pastries. They came to share stories of lost loved ones, of forgotten childhood moments, and of the food that once made them feel loved. Maya realized she wasn't just a baker. She was restoring little pieces of people's hearts. One afternoon, Mrs. Ellis visited the new shop for the first time. She sat with Maya at a small table, smiling through joyful tears. "I told you," she whispered. "Dreams don't die, they just bloom differently." Maya thought failure had ended her dream, but it only redirected her to a deeper, more beautiful purpose. Sometimes, the very thing that breaks us is what teaches us how to bless others. Your gift isn't just what you do, it's the love inside what you do. Vive. When you allow your pain to become your compassion, your dreams don't just return, they shine brighter than ever before. Thanks for watching.